All right, everybody. Welcome back here to Judge Simulator. Now here we are. We're in week 11. Sit back, relax, and let's end the day. Great news, police officer loses their life. The police officer was shot and died during a trial in which he was tried as a defendant. The assassin was caught. Oh. Oh, that's what happened when shots were fired in the last episode. Week 12, case 1. Okay. I'm built different. Can I see how fast that was? All me. Alright, let's read what he did first. Assassination. Yep, there we are. Jim Kellen was brought into the courtroom last week to stand trial on charges of treason. While the hearing was ongoing, Sean Parker, seated in the spectator section, pulled out a small caliber handgun, seemed to have been brought into the courthouse by an unidentified individual, and fired 4 shots at Jim Kellen. Immediately after the attack, the defendant attempted to flee the room, but as he headed for the door, he was shot in the leg by security forces and neutralized. Sean Parker was taken into custody, received initial medical treatment, and was then taken to the police station for questioning, but refused to speak throughout the entire process. He does have a criminal record. The unlicensed semi-automatic pistol used in the assassination. There's also 1 digital evidence. So 21, 21, 21, 20. Yep. All right. So it is his fingerprint. Your Honor, after the recent events, we've decided to promote you to a more secure place of justice. You will never be subjected to such an act. We convey our wishes to get well soon. Oh, okay. So there's a piece of digital evidence. They recognized Sean Parker, and he shot him. Okay, let's see what the crime is for. Assassination. 102 years in jail. All right, let's see what he has to say. How did you bring the gun into the courtroom? I'm an anarchist. I have nothing to say. Well, this one was easy. He is guilty. Jail for 102 years. Get in there. Yep. Nice. On to case 2. This guy looks exactly like he did before. Is this not Sean Parker? Daniel Morgan? Exactly like him. Alright. Charges murder. Detail. The incident occurred last week in the evening at a newly opened restaurant called Burger. 5 consecutive gunshots were heard inside the restaurant, and health and police teams were quickly dispatched to the scene. An initial investigation conducted following a report by restaurant staff, it was determined that a customer named Martin Hayward died at the scene. Since the restaurant had just started operations, it was found that the security cameras were not active, and therefore the incident could not technically be recorded. However, employees and customers present in the restaurant during the incident described the attacker, whose face they clearly saw. Based on the composite sketch created from the description, the suspect Daniel Morgan was taken into custody. Emma Gray. I was on the evening shift and the restaurant was very crowded. 2 men at table 17 were shouting and fighting. I said to my colleagues, should we call security? As soon as I said that, we heard a gunshot and everyone hit the ground. When I lifted my head, the man had been shot. Clay Parker, my spouse and I were eating at the table right next to it. However, our attention was constantly drawn to the noise coming from the table behind us. One of the 2 men was sitting there, looked very strange. He reminded me of someone I really dislike. Damn. Just as the burger arrived at our table, the guns went off. The worst part is that in all the chaos, we couldn't even eat the burgers we paid for. They should refund our money. Okay, Daniel Morgan. People think I'm guilty just because my face seems unlikable to them. They even want to kill me, but I'm an angelic person that day. I simply went and ate my meal peacefully. When I heard the gunshots, I said, bon appetit, everyone, and ran away. That's all there is to it. Okay. What? We would prefer not to have to warn you, but you must release Daniel Morgan, otherwise your wife and children will pay the price. If Daniel Morgan is sentenced, be prepared to watch the destruction of your family. Judge. Mr. Daniel Morgan, what is your defense? I'm innocent. That's all he has to say. I'm innocent. What? Okay. You know, my family, they keep taking money from me, so I'm just gonna do it. 26 years. You are guilty. They said they'll kill my family, but I have to do this. My justice is too strong. My justice. Say Batman. You guys seem alright. Let's end the day. Week 12, case 3. Oh, it shot up by 5%. Alright, we got a homeless guy. There we go. Charges kidnapping. So he does not have a good mental health. He's negative. A few weeks ago, Evan Marlowe left his house to go to the market but never returned. Evan's family, Celine Marlowe, reported the situation to the police. Investigators revealed that Evan was forcibly placed into a white caravan when he left the house. As a result of the follow-up, it was determined that the caravan belonged to a person named Tobias Hargraves, and he was taken into custody. During the search of Tobias's caravan, several people were found with their hands and feet bound and unconscious, similar to Evan. Tobias Hargraves, do you understand that this is an opportunity? An opportunity. I'm giving them a second chance. Chance to return to life, to their loved ones, and to what is beautiful. Being tested, struggling as a result, suffering, the struggle to maybe return, to bring out the most basic instincts. Some will get ugly, but then everything will become beautiful again. Colors and flavors will return. He is he's MPD. Okay. You're saying when you mentioned an opportunity. What is this opportunity? Putting people to the test, a difficult test that requires survival and the ability to fight. They succeed in this, they become happier people. Appreciate everything in their lives. Okay, Saw. What is your purpose in doing this? I want people to be happy again. Moreover, I don't want to take any money from them while doing this. People ask you to do this, they are very unhappy. I want them to smile when they look at me now. I understand. I don't think so. He's sanity impaired, so he's going for treatment. As well, your decision you made in the case, we decided to raise your salary. This week you'll earn 2,600, bro. Money. Wait, what? Oh shit. What did I do wrong? I don't know what that was about. He's sanity impaired. Okay. I don't understand. Alright. On to the next week. Week 13. Case subject, the compensation lawsuit filed by Anna Moreau against Ravenstone Construction and Building Company. Okay. About 10 days ago, Jeremy Moreau, who was working at a construction site belonging to Ravenstone Company, fell from the 13th floor to the ground while walking on the outer part of the scaffolding and lost his life. Moreau's daughter, Anna Moreau, claimed that the incident was a preventable death and that the company neglected basic safety standards, demanding $140,000 in compensation. The technical inspection report prepared after the incident was submitted to the court. Statements were taken from the workers on site and safety protocols were reviewed. The defense attorney Ronald Bexley is attending the hearing on behalf of the company. Hey, Moreau, on the morning of the accident, I thought my father had gone to work as usual. Around noon, a number from the company called and said there's been a critical accident, come immediately. When I arrived at the hospital, they told me we had already lost him. The scene I saw when I entered the morgue the next day still haunts me. My father was an experienced worker who had been in this industry for years. Someone like him would not fall like that at a construction site where proper safety measures were taken. His coworkers said that the safety harness were not attached that day. The company postponed in purchasing new safety equipment to cut costs. Doing something like this for money is unacceptable. I want those responsible held accountable. Ronald Bexley, the deceased employee, Jeremy Moreau, was certainly a valuable staff member, but the accident occurred entirely due to individual negligence. He was in an area he was not assigned to that day, and because he climbed the scaffolding without wearing safety equipment, the unfortunate event occurred. The company provides regular training to all employees. The safety officer to warn the workers that day, but it was found that Moreau had violated the rules on his own initiative. Review report around the construction site. There are only standard iron barriers. Most of the warning signs are damaged or knocked over. Although safety equipment, helmet, rope, carabiner, etc., was available, it was observed that the employees' inventory records were irregular. At the time of the incident, it was observed that most of the safety ropes of the personnel working on the upper levels of the scaffolding were not properly connected. It was determined that some of the scaffolding railings in the sections where the deceased fell were loose and below standard. Even in the internal audit report conducted just one day before the incident, it was noted that high altitude work equipment must be renewed. Okay. I think the construction activity should be halted because the equipment isn't up to snuff. On to the next case. Holy shit. Oh, look at that. Oh, did she get beat? He beat her? There we go. Alright. Charges beating. Ugh. He does have a criminal record. Last week, Leonie Duvant went to the police station and reported that she had been repeatedly subjected to physical violence by her husband, Marcel Duvant. Cops went to the couple's house on the same day, warned the suspect, and the situation was documented. The next morning, Leona called the police again, stated that her husband had become even more aggressive and attacked her. The teams that arrived at the scene detained Marcel Duvant, and the victim filed a complaint statement. Yanni Duvant, in the early years of our marriage, everything was very peaceful. However, for the past 2 years, my husband's anger has become uncontrollable. First raised voices, then pushing, and in recent months has turned into direct hitting. After what happened last week, I had no patience left. From the outside. It may look like minor arguments, but no one knows what happened at home. He even humiliated me in front of his family. In the most recent incident yesterday, the controller he threw at my face broke my nose. I know this was not an accident. I forgave him many times, but I no longer feel safe. I am filing a complaint. I never wanted to hurt my wife. Yes, we had arguments, but it really upset me when she said I hit her intentionally. Sometimes my wife exaggerates situations. I love her. I don't want to hurt her. Swelling and bruising around her right eye due to impact. Broken nasal bone. Damn. Your spouse says the incident was entirely an accident. What do you think about this? My husband is lying. This wasn't an accident. Can you tell us a bit more about the incident in which your nose was broken? My husband was playing games on a console connected to the television. At the time, I had prepared a meal. I told him the food was ready and he didn't hear me because he was wearing headphones. So I stepped in front of him and gestured for him to remove his headphones. He got angry and threw the controller at my face. What is your defense regarding this matter? Gunner, I would never do such a thing to my wife. I really got absorbed when I played the game. At the moment, I got very angry when I died in the game and wanted to throw the first thing I grabbed, the controller. At the time, my wife stepped in front of me and I didn't notice her. I'm very sorry. Eating. 2 years. Does he have a criminal record? Yes. So it'd be 4 years in jail. I think he's guilty. 4 years. Nice. Nice. On to the next case. Bill passed. Penalty reduction has arrived for criminals over 50 years of age. Oh, okay. Cybercrime. Alright, cybercrime. In Banana Bank's daily automated transfer reports, abnormal income payments were detected to a specific account. Repeated 10 times, with the amount increasing by the same rate each time. This activity was noticed by experienced system analysts who have worked at the bank for years. And during a routine check, it was observed that the transfers were regularly being routed to a single account. The account owner is listed as Ethan Rowe. In the records, due to the suspicious situation, the bank detained Ethan Rowe at his home. And after his statement, his sister Liz Rowe was also detained for questioning as another person who may have been involved in the transfer. This account is mine, but I wasn't actively using it. About 2 years ago, my sister Liz asked me to transfer an unused account to her because she couldn't open a new one in her name. I gave her my account. I had no knowledge of these money transfers. I don't know where the money came from or why my account was being used. Last time I spoke to my sister was last year. She's only 19? I only got the bank account from my brother to save money. A while ago, money came into the account, but honestly, I don't know who sent it. I saw the notification but didn't check the details. The claim that I had access to the bank system is not true. I just used the account but didn't do anything else. My brother is lying about me. Okay, so the bit number up here corresponds perfectly with Liz Rowe down here. Okay. Why didn't you notify the authorities after the abnormal inflow of money into the account? I noticed the notifications, but I didn't open the message or check the details. It wasn't money I sent, but I didn't concern myself with who it came from. You see the amount of money in the income notifications. Once I got curious and checked, but there were numbers I couldn't make sense of. I thought it was a mistake. 4 years in jail, huh? As a result of the decision made in this case, we decided to raise your salary this week. You'll earn 2,700. I didn't see a reason why Ethan Rowe would be detained and jailed. It was his account, but the IP address went to Liz. Honestly, if I got a bank transfer that I didn't know of, even if there was money in it, I would report it. Because, you know, nowadays, it's not worth it, in my opinion. Support to decision, justice has been served. Heck yeah, this is what I work for right here. Week 14, case 1. Oh, damn, they look mean. Stephen Moreau and Tony Wynn. Don't forget these names. If these people are convicted of the crimes they are being tried for, you'll be walking through life looking at that damn ass for the rest of your life. What? What the hell does that? What the hell does that mean? Human trafficking, organizing prostitution activities. Last month, a person named Mira Phelan reported to the police that Tony Wynn and Stephen Moreau forced her into prostitution. Following this tip-off, the police tracked Tony Wynn and Stephen Moreau, suspecting that they were organizing a prostitution ring. Details: thanks to listening device placed on Mira Fallon, it was discovered that individuals were smuggling immigrant women from neighboring countries into the country illegally by the sea. Tony Wynn and Stephen Moreau have been arrested and taken into custody. They both have criminal records. I wanted to work in another country because I couldn't find a job in my own. I wanted to come to the Republic of Bananas through the friend. I met Stefan Moreau and Tony Wynn. They told me they were entrepreneurs. They helped me enter the country and arrange work for me. In exchange, they asked for a large sum of money. I believed them and accepted. We were brought into the country by cargo ships with a large group of people. Later, I was offered a job to spend time with some businessmen at a hotel. At first, I thought I could make some money and expand my network, so I accepted. Then they asked me to engage in prostitution. I was blackmailed and had to do it. Did you detain a businessman like me over a few rumors? I export and bring money to this country. We're a company providing international consulting. We guide people who come to the country. I have nothing to do with prostitution or human trafficking. Stephen Moreau, I know my rights. I will not give a statement. I will only speak in front of the court. None of these accusations reflect the truth. This is entirely a smear campaign against our company. A fake passport and identification documents found in the homes of Stephen Moreau and Tony Wynn during the operation. There's a digital. Tony, take it. This is all the money I earned today. What happened to your face? Anyway, I've arranged for a tough one to meet you tonight. Oh? No, listen to me. I'm not involved in this anymore. What? Haha, you'll leave whenever we want. Sarah, you're so beautiful. Brought in prison. Don't prolong it. Prepare yourself. Ah, that's gross. No, that's freaking gross. What do you have to say about the fake passports found in your house by the police? Those are decorative passports we give people we provide consulting to for motivational. Oh, yeah, okay, buddy. Okay. How stupid do you think I am? So, are the conversations on listening device for motivational purposes as well? Your Honor, technology has advanced a lot, and these audio recordings are all edited. They've been cut and spliced. Can you understand what you said? You would only speak in court. I'm listening. I'm innocent. Listen, I don't know what kind of business Tony got into, but we are international businessmen. 20 years and a $500,000 fine. So 20 years, 500,000. So 32 years and a $500,000 fine. All right, I'm ready. 32 years and a $500,000 fine, which I honestly think it should be more. Like, these guys should never be freed. But the way they were talking like that just pisses me off. It's just, yeah, alright. Okay. Hopefully they rot in there. Alright, we are in case 40. Holy crap, guys. Look at us go, huh? You gotta be halfway, right? Alright, another case. Uh-oh. Economic crisis is increasing as a result of the depression caused by the economic crisis. People took to the streets. The government, on the other hand, targeted the mafia as responsible for these protests and said that it organized people. Case subject matter: the late Aurelian von Kessler's inheritance being unable to be divided among his 3 daughters and being taken to court. Okay, Annika, Bella, and Elena are the defendants, and the plaintiffs, the deceased attorney, Dr. Matteo Ehrlich. After his death, the late Aurelian von Kessler left a vast inheritance worth a total of, holy shit, $131,502,400 to his 3 daughters. Aurelian informed his lawyer during his lifetime that he would distribute his assets via a will. However, he passed away due to his sudden heart attack while preparing the will before the document could be completed. Due to this uncertainty, the late individual's lawyer, Dr. Matteo Ehrlich, has taken the matter to court. Testament: I leave all my assets to my most beautiful daughter. What? My most beautiful daughter? What the hell does that mean? What do you think your father was referring to? My father would always praise me as the grace of the family. For him, beauty was synonymous with grace. I think he's clearly referring to me. Who do you think your father was referring to? I'm the only person in the family who has participated in a beauty pageant. I think we're arguing for nothing. And who do you think your father is referring to? The meaning of my name already means the beautiful one. My father did not give me the name for nothing. I think it should be divided equally. Alright, listen, everybody. Elena, Annika, Bella, all 3 of you are very beautiful. You all 3 shall be given equal amount of the money. I think that's the only way to do it. Wow, these weeks are just flying by. Alright, I think one more case for the day. And for this episode. Week 14, case 3. You now find the individual named Carl Sigmund guilty of the charges he's facing. His acquittal will be the end of you. Understand this clearly and make the decision carefully. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there we go. I got it. Sigmund, 66, male. Current record, no. To the Banana Republic Court, charges inciting hatred and hostility among the public. Details: in recent months, Charles Sigmund has published posts filled with harsh and provocative content, targeting the current government through his social media accounts. These posts were shared by a wide audience in a short time, spreading especially among young and anarchist-leaning groups. Protesters gathered illegally in certain areas of the city center, during which some public property was damaged, traffic came to a standstill, and extensive security measures were implemented across the city. It is alleged that the individual named Carl Sigmund has connections to the organized crime group known as the Mafia. Following these developments, Carl Sigmund has been taken into custody at his home. I did not incite anyone to revolt. I merely expressed the economic problems, the governance crisis, and the hardships that people are suffering in this country. What I said is entirely within the scope of freedom of expression. Some people misinterpreted my words. That responsibility does not belong to me. The state's attempt to silence me is nothing more than an effort to cover up the real problem of the people. It is time to put a stop to this happening. Now it's time to show the power of the people. Let's gather for action tomorrow and show them who's the boss. Hashtag time to protest. We are gathering for action tomorrow. Mr. Sigmund, what is your defense? Your Honor, people hear my reactions and react along with me. That is a result of economic and social collapse the public is experiencing. Do you think your social media posts have disturbed public order? What disrupts public order is not my social media posts, but the despair that people are living in. There are claims that you hold a high position in the mafia organization. What do you have to say about this? Your Honor, I have no connections to any illegal organization. These are nonsense fabricated by reputation assassins. I don't think he should be put in jail for expressing what he thinks. I don't think 7 years is a good punishment for just talking. I don't see any evidence that he is with the mafia or high ranking member there. Okay. I'm gonna see him as not guilty. As a result of the decision he made in this case, we decided to raise your salary. This week you earn $2,800. $8,000. What? Family says they don't get along with the neighbors and want to move to a new house. If you move to a new house, weekly household expenses will be $2,000. What? Okay, honey, we're making the big bucks. Let's go. All right. Well, I agreed. So I think to sink my sadness, we're gonna go gambling. Blackjack. Put 50. Oh, baby. I gotta stay. Yeah! Alright. Let's go. Oh, baby. Oh, shit, though. Yeah. Stay. 12. 13. No! You... Ugh. I knew that was gonna happen. Damn it. Alright, I gotta make my money back. Blackjack! Woo! Yes! Oh, dude. That was a good gamble right there. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Okay. What's the Wheel of Fortune? Ooh. Alright, nice. I got my money back. Alright. Well, that was good. Well, I don't know about you guys, but after going and gambling, I feel great. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you all later. See ya.